If you're planning to apply to UK universities, stop for a second. Not because you shouldn't apply, but if you apply in the wrong order, you could waste money on tests, you could apply to wrong universities, you could miss deadlines, or you could realize too late that your profile wasn't ready. Most students don't fail because they aren't capable. They fail because they don't follow the structured process. And that's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 10-step UK application journey and the right way to approach it. No hype, no guarantee, only the process. So the first step is discovery, not the top universities in UK. So most of the students start with rankings, which is the wrong move. Your first question shouldn't be what are the top universities in UK. Your question should be which intake are you targeting? Do you have enough preparation time? Are you applying for masters or undergraduate? And what does UK application timeline actually look like? The UK admissions are deadline driven. If you don't map your intake properly, you may already be late. And this is also the stage where most of the students realize that they need a clear roadmap before even touching applications.
Before they even start applying. And that's where platforms like Leap Scholar can help, offering a free counseling session that gives students clarity on their next steps before they begin the application process.
So the idea is simple. Clarity first, application later. Now the second step, this is the strategy call. This is not any motivational call. This is planning call. A proper UK-based counseling session should help you understand the admission process better, clarify your doubts, then decide which intake you should target, set realistic score target, and plan your application timelines. Before you spend money on test or application, you should know exactly what you are doing. So the goal of this stage is simple. You walk away with a clear plan and not just the information. Now comes the third step, profile evaluation. A proper UK journey starts with profile evaluation, looking at things like your academics, goals, intake, and your overall background. So based on this, you get directions on things like what kind of universities you should be actually targeting, your admission chances, gaps in your profile, and what are the next few steps you should be taking. Usually this stage gives a basic roadmap on what to focus on next. That's where some students realize I need a better IELTS score, or my SOP needs a serious work, or my timeline is tighter than I thought. Better to know these before applying, not after getting rejected. Now comes the fourth step, which is personalized shortlist, not a dream list. Okay, so this is where you start building your university shortlist, but not based on what I saw on Instagram. A proper university shortlist should consider things like course alignment, this is very important, entry requirements, then budget, location preferences, and your actual admission chances. For undergraduate students, you should also think about UCAS applications, but for master's students, you usually apply directly to universities. Many counselors also recommend universities based on the course alignment, not the brand name, which is actually a smarter way to build shortlist because the right course matters more than the famous university name. Now comes the fifth step, finalizing universities. Deadlines matter here. A shortlist is just the starting point. Finalizing is where things get serious. At this stage, you decide your priority universities, your backup options, the order in which you should apply, and your application process deadline calendar. Especially for competitive courses, the deadlines can be earlier than the students expect. Planning this stage properly can save a lot of last-minute panic later. Now the sixth step is money, the part nobody talks about. Tuition fee, living expense, visa financial proof. And please don't rely on this random reels for financial advice. Always check the official government website for financial requirements, especially the London and outside London living cost. Some counseling platforms also guide students through scholarship opportunities and education loan possibilities based on eligibility.
Studying in the UK costs roughly 13 to 25 lakhs per year for tuition and about 1 to 2.2 lakhs per month for living, depending on your city and lifestyle.
Now next step is test preparation, but with a target.
On Leap Scholar, you get structured lessons, practice tests, and even performance tracking, so you actually know your score range and what to improve next instead of just guessing.
Many platforms also integrates IELTS coaching and mock tests so that the students can prepare with a clear score target and timeline instead of endlessly preparing without any direction. So the goal here is simple. Smart preparation, not the stressed one. This video may be a bit longer, but watch till the end because I'll tell you everything you should know about applying to UK universities. The next step is application execution. This is the core work which you will be doing, writing SOPs, preparing LORs, applying on university portals, and looking for any possible scholarship options. So for undergraduate students, UCAS format matters a lot, and for master's students, SOP quality plays a big role. So guidance at this stage may reduce mistakes, but let's be clear on one thing. No platform actually controls university decision. So there are no guaranteed admits. Your profile plus university decision process decides the outcome. Now comes the offer and CES stage. If things go well, universities will send conditional or unconditional offers. Once you accept these offers, you'll have to meet certain conditions. After this comes the CES stage. CES stands for Confirmation of Acceptance for studies.
CS is a virtual document or reference number issued by a UK licensed sponsor or university for your UK student visa. You get it after accepting your offer, meeting conditions, paying the deposit, and clearing checks, usually within 2 to 4 weeks.
Now comes the last stage, which is visa guidance. So once you receive your CES, then only you can move for visa process.
For your visa, here is what you need: passport, CES, and financial proof for 28 days, plus English test, TB test for India, and ATS if required. Don't miss your transcripts and appointment confirmation. One missing doc can delay everything.
If you don't want to navigate the entire process alone, then there are platforms like Leap Scholar who structures the entire UK application journey step by step with services like profile evaluation, counselor guidance, university shortlisting, application support, final decision, and visa stage guidance. You can check the link in the description if you want to explore this platform, or you can simply follow this 10-step framework which I mentioned in the video on your own. But either way, don't apply blindly. UK is a great opportunity, but only if you move in the right order.